Mullingar medals. The Kilmurray's Home Value Hardware Mullingar Midlands National Handicap Chase. 14 fences to jump. It is the runner-up of last year, Am I Right, in the firing line. Arriving at the first with jumping up Marv Michael. Rian, slight mistake. At the back end of the field as Am I Right leads, followed by Mika Malpic, Marv Michael, flashed it to Zane on the inside, tracked by Final Orders and Drum Gill, and then comes Codda Harla, followed at the turn by Tully Begg, third last year, a couple of lengths to toss again, and then Moon over Clone and Rian, approaching fences 2 and 3 before they come towards the straight. Am I Right? Over the ditch from Mika Malpic and Marv Michael, a little between them for second and third. Tracked by Flash to Zane, and then Final Orders, Drum Gill, racing together Tully Begg and Codda Harla, and then toss again, the final couple. Heading on away from fence 3, Moon over Clone and Rian. A good run to the fourth, the fence in the straight, and it is Am I Right the leader, but only just to stable companion Marv Michael. Closely followed by Mika Malpic, and on the inside is Flash to Zane, and then Final Orders, Drum Gill, Tully Begg, Codda Harla, toss again. Moon over Clone and Rian. The loose horse coming up the hurdles track is Harsh.
Wow.
As Am I Right heads for the stands the first time, followed by Marv Michael. Flashed it to Zane, and between them is Mika Malpic, and then Final Orders, Drum Gill, Tully Begg, Codda Harla, toss again is two behind Rian, and Moon over Clone, the latter an early faller in last year's contest. 2 circuits to go, and another 10 fences left to jump. It's Am I Right the leader by a length, to Marv Michael, another length back to Flashed it to Zane, and then Mika Malpic, who was out-jumped on both sides by Final Orders, and Drum Gill, followed on the downhill by Toss Again, Codda Harla, Tully Begg, Rian and Moon over Clone. Little changes from first to last at the completion of a circuit. Going to fence number 6, it was their first. In front is Am I Right and Dad O'Keefe from Marv Michael and Brian Hayes. On the inside is Flash to Zane and Donna Myler, and then Mika Malpic and Mark Walsh. Beside Mika Malpic is Final Orders and Paddy O'Brien, and then Drum Gill and Daniel King. Tully Begg next, Danny Gilligan. Toss again on the inside, Connor Stone Walsh with for company, Codda Harla and Simon Torrens, and then Rian, and Jack Kennedy, and finally Moon over Clone and James Smith. Directly across from the stands, they're going to fences 7 and 8. First of which is the ditch for the second time. Am I Right? Who's made most up to this point, followed by Marv Michael, Flashed it to Zane, Mika Malpic, Final Orders, Drum Gill and Tully Begg the red cap. They're followed by Toss Again, Codda Harla, Moon over Clone just swaps the place with Rian at the tail end of the field. They've jumped 8 of their 14 fences in the Kilmurray's Home Value Hardware Mullingar Midlands National Handicap Chase, and the riderless Harsh is just going to cross in front of them. As it's Am I Right, who was just slightly distracted, turns in the second time, leading Marv Michael, Flashed it to Zane.
The horse didn't like that.
Final Orders, Drum Gill next, then Tully Begg. After Tully Begg, Codda Harla, and then Toss Again, Moon over Clone and Rian. Final fence next time. Up and over.
One more time around.
By less than 2 lengths, Am I Right?
Come on, Am I Right?
Michael in the spots, then Flashed it to Zane. Mika Malpic has never been too far off them, and then Final Orders followed out on their final circuit by Drum Gill, and then Tully Begg, the final four, to Toss Again, Codda Harla, Rian and Moon over Clone. 5 more fences left to jump, and it's Am I Right, continuing to put in a good shift, leads by 2 lengths on the downhill to the 5th last fence from Marv Michael, then Flashed it to Zane. Very good in the air there was Am I Right. Makes the run out of the next, leading Marv Michael, Flashed it to Zane, Mika Malpic, Final Orders, Drum Gill onto their heels, then Tully Begg, Toss Again, Codda Harla and a gab to Rian and Moon over Clone. 4 more fences left to go, and it is Am I Right continuing to lead the field. Marv Michael within a length, another length back to Flashed it to Zane. Over that one, then Mika Malpic and Final Orders, Drum Gill now being asked to try and close ahead of Tully Begg, ridden along as Toss Again, and then Codda Harla. making the bend to the third last fence.
Come on.
Am I right? Last year's second makes the turn. 2 lengths in front of Marv Michael, nudged along second, then flashed it to Zane and Mika Malpic.
The fourth horse looks very good.
And final orders. Ridden along behind them is Tully Beg and then Tuss again, Cubba Harlan, Moon over Clone. The last ditch and 3 from the finish. Am I right? Jumping for fun in the lead. In second now just flashed it to Zane from Marv Michael, who's shaken up. And then Mika Malpic, who chases them 2 lengths back fourth. Second last, am I right? By a length and a half to 2 lengths from flash to Zane. Then Mika Malpic, the start cap, Marv Michael. Staying on for pressure is Tully Beg on the outside, and then Drum Gill, final orders, Moon over Clone. They're homeward bound with 1 more fence left to jump, and the Kilmary's Home Value Hardware, Mullingar Midlands National, am I right, with coming to challenge on the outside, Mika Malpic. These 2 kick on from flash to
Amirite.
Marv Michael.
Come on.
Coming to the final
Get
fence,
over it.
am I right, from Mika Malpic on the outside.
That's the last fence, right?
There's not much between them,
Go,
less than
go,
200 yards
go.
to go. Am I right?
Go!
Mika Malpic
Go!
in a rousing finish.
Go!
Am I
Go!
right?
Go! Go! Go!
Malpic will clear of Moon over Clune, who stayed on into third ahead of Flash to Zane, Marv Michael.
Tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, cracking front runner right by Darragh.
Yeah.
Am I right? He was runner-up in the race last year off a £3
60
lower
grand.
mark. He's a hard horse to win with. It's only his 3rd win, first since Fairyhouse 2022. His other sole win came here as well. A nice way to
Paddy be thrilled.
that losing run with a big pot here.
Yeah, he showed plenty of guts and determination in the battling.
That was the way they should always have raced the horse.
He got the last wrong as well, and he'd Mika Malpic breathing down his neck. But a good front-running ride by Darragh O'Keefe. He jumped out, he made all with this horse, who's probably been a frustrating type in the past. As you said, he's only won the once over fences. That was back in October 2022. But he's run with loads of credit in big handicaps in the past, including here last year. 4th going to top him. He gets right in underneath 2 out, Kevin. And Darragh decides to ask him for a little bit more effort and try and drive the sting of some of these horses, because he knows he's a horse that stays really well. Flash to Zane in behind, I thought was going to run a big race for a while. Mika Malpic and Mark Walsh were travelling really well. Tully Beg was starting to try and get into it, but he wasn't able to get any closer than he could, and Marv Michael's stamina, I think, was just running out at this stage.
Same applies, I'd say, to Flash to Tuzan as well. He probably just didn't get home over that extended 3-1 here. A little bit untidy at the last, am I right? But probably idling a little bit in front as well. I thought Mark Walsh had come with a well-timed challenge in the second reserve. He got up £8 for beating him, vicious fellow, in Lars Common the last day. But I think he just helped when he's come to Am I Right. It's just given him something to a little bit of company, and he's gone forward again, the winner.
Yeah, and in fairness to Darragh O'Keefe, who got him under the pump good and early, I think when Mark Walsh came to him, he actually pulled out a bit more, because my eye was drawn to Mika Malpic, Kevin, because in the past, Am I Right has been such a frustrating type that you're always convinced that something's going to get by him, but he showed the guts and determination today, and he stuck it out all the way to the line when he needed it. Look at Moon over Clune, who gets up to, I suppose, secure 3rd place in the end, Kevin. But his race throughout, we were watching him, he was making error after error over fences, and he's done well to pick up the minor money, but a nice tussle by the front 2 all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, big run by Moon over Klein, considering it didn't look like him for a long way, especially that fence past the stands. Each time, first fence past the stand, he's made a mistake, he's jumped out to his left, probably looking where the gate is as well. But it'll be interesting to see it. Imagine he'll head for the Galway Blades again this season, where he finished runner-up last year. Flash the Tuzan, drop him back in trip. Mark Michael, same way. Rian never got into it at all. And never jumped, never had a cut as nice, did he, Rian?
No, from an early stage, obviously he was on the back foot after making a mistake at the first. Drumgill, I think, has run out of stamina as well in the finish, but you can see some happy connections there back in the winner's enclosure. Am I Right for Patrick Hale?
And his brother.
He's proved a little bit frustrating in the past, but it's great to see him get this big handicap on the board.
Yes, it was a grand handicap.
And a big hug.
59 grand. He's a great record at this track as well. That's his 2nd win from 3 runs.
He jumped into his arms.
Of course, that was in this race last season. Delighted winning connections as well. Another big winner for Henry de Bromhead, and a fine front-running ride by Darragh O'Keefe, Angus.
Midlands National, what a cracking race, and what an absolute fantastic front-running performance.
That's Robbie Power. This is great. Well done, Paddy. I'll keep paying you the fees.
Well, this is the chance we missed last year.
Yeah.
But that was fun last year.
That was great fun. Yeah, great fun. Yeah, boyo. Sorry, just on the stop.
Can I text the girls?
Yeah, well, I'm going to send. Yeah, I'll send this to Mary. Video to come. The horse is gone now. Keep moving. They're having a laugh. Paul jumped into Paddy's arms. Good job. Well done, Paddy. Ooh, there's the look how close it was.
Oh, wow.
Take a picture of that. Are you able to take a picture of that?
I'm trying.
It's okay. Then you can send it to him. Send me that picture too. Okay. Well done all.